Hi there, welcome to our channel, Coaster Codgers. Coasters because we love roller coasters, and Codgers because we're in the plus 40 bracket.
Old. She means old.
Plus 40, not old.
Yeah. Old.
My name's Leah.
And I'm Woody.
And we're going to sit here with this episode of Coffee and Coasters. So we're going to talk about stealth.
Yeah. We're talking
I was waiting for you to come out with that.
I know. I was seeing if you remembered what we were doing today.
All right, I might be a codger, but I'm not that forgetful
Yeah,
yet.
we're talking about stealth today at Thorpe Park. Until recently, this was our local park. It was only an hour away, but we've since moved really far away from any other park.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah, so we'll be discussing stealth today, which is an intermin accelerator located at Thorpe Park. As I just said, it's 205 feet high. That's 62.5 meters, making it the second highest roller coaster in the UK after
Rita.
No, highest.
Oh, highest.
Yeah, after.
Oh, put me on the spot.
Yeah, that's why I didn't write it down. Come on now. You can't write. It's the age getting to her.
Oh, the big one.
The big one.
The big
yes,
one.
That's right. Yeah, and it's
Blackpool.
it's the second accelerator model after
Rita.
Rita. Yes, the second accelerator model after Rita. Which I always thought, thinking back, I always thought that actually Stealth came first and Rita was an afterthought, because you remember at Alton Towers they were going to have a different ride in where Rita was,
where
and
Rita,
then they put
and then they put Rita
sort
in.
of knocked Rita up.
Yeah,
which gets a lot of stick, I reckon. But we'll move on to that one in another episode. So Stealth was built in 2006. It does 0 to 80 mile an hour in 1.9 seconds. And did you know that when it was first built, it wasn't that quick? They've
fine-tuned it.
They fine-tuned it. They made it quicker. And I believe it is the third fastest accelerating coaster in the world, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It's 400 meters long, 1,312 feet in length. And yeah, so what do we think?
Which actually isn't that long, is it, really?
No, it's very short.
It's a very short coaster,
It's
isn't
a
it?
very short ride.
But it's not, yeah, I guess it's more of a, it's not a ride as in that you have lots going on like the loops.
Well, it's made. Well, it hasn't got any inversions, has it?
No,
So it's literally made for the acceleration and the height of the top hat, which is what that element is called, by the way.
That's off to you for learning that one.
Well, I have to learn quite a lot recently. So, shall we take a look then? We'll start at the beginning, obviously. So here we are at the beginning of Stealth, and when you are, did you know actually, just before the lights go off, this is the only coaster at Thorpe Park that really gets my heart going before I get on it.
No, you see, it doesn't for me.
You see,
I think it's because for me it's so quick.
Yeah, but it's the acceleration of it that's. I mean, I love acceleration.
Well, as you know, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it really does take your breath away, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
It really does. I mean, like since and it's funny because I remember I remember going to Thorpe Park years and years ago, and I'd never got on it because I was too scared.
Same as Saw.
We'll come to Saw later on. But yeah, I was far too scared to get on it. So I never went on it for years and years and years. And I think the first time I went on it was with you.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Remember.
The first time I went on it was with you because you were taking the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're trying not to swear too much because every time we swear, and I've got to edit it out
with
in the edit, and it's a pain in the bum. So we're having a little swear jar. So every time we swear, pounding a swear jar that goes straight to the air ambulance. Okay, so we're going to be swearing quite a lot.
I'm going to have to watch my P's and fecking Q's.
Yes. Well, you said fecking there, so I can leave that in.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's £2 in the jar already for you.
What? Well, the first one wasn't really a swear word. Do I have to beat that one as well?
Yeah.
Oh, my days. Anyway, should we get on with it? Right.
We tell the children off for swearing, wouldn't we?
So we're on the what would you call that? Station launch pad? I don't know. Whatever.
Station,
launch
I guess.
pad.
Launch pad. It's not a flipping rocket.
No. I don't know where that came from. Right. So we're at the station and we're waiting for the lights to go off and the anticipation. What do you think? What's going through your mind when you're sat there looking down that track, especially when you're on the front row?
Oh, on the front row.
Yeah.
You hold your breath, don't you? You are waiting for it, and it just feels like forever. And it's probably what, I don't know, 5 seconds.
Oh, I don't know what it is. I think they vary it.
Do they?
Sort of what from when the red lights go off?
Yeah, from when the red lights go on to when the green lights come on.
Right, I think.
And you actually launch.
I don't know. I think they might vary it. I would if I was in the control room. I'd be like messing with people and that, and I'd just be like, no, you're not going. Like, because it'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because people would be expecting it, and then it wouldn't happen, and then they
you
wouldn't
go,
be expecting it, and then they'd be boom off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they're allowed to do that though, are they? I don't know. Do you work at one of these theme parks? Are you allowed to vary the times?
If you work, or if you've ever worked on stealth, let us know in the comments. Can that happen? I don't know.
Can you vary the delay the start times and vary it?
No idea.
I don't know.
Anyway, so we carry on. Right, so we're on the start and the lights go green. And at this point, you're just screaming, aren't you? You're just screaming. And I think your belly goes, and I think...
Oh, I don't think you take... For me, my breath goes. It takes your breath away. It's very...
Does your belly not go funny? Like the same sort of thing as a drop?
No. Not for me.
No, mine does. And I think, over the years, the first time I went on it, I went like that, and I tensed up, and it was really, really horrible, and I didn't enjoy it very much. And then, which is something else we're going to talk about later on in another video, I think, is the best way to get over your fears of roller coasters. And for me, the best thing to do, floopy, and woo, like that, and then you just enjoy it a lot more.
And you have to take the mickey.
You have to take the mickey.
You have to take the mickey out of yourself or the person that you're with.
She takes the mickey.
I take the mickey out of him. And he thinks that it's a defence mechanism because I'm scared, but actually I'm not. I'm absolutely fine with it, and he's the worst because he wouldn't go on tour. Well, he did, but he was very anxious about it.
Well, we'll come on to Saw later.
And it was quite funny.
You've got plenty of chances to take the mickey out. Anyway, should we go? We're going up the lift hill, right? Now, this is the... What?
Go on. No, go on.
Go on.
When you go up the lift hill, just as you hit, before you go up, that's where the camera comes in.
No, the camera's right at the start, isn't it? Is she far off?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, what was that little post sticking up there then?
No. We'll have to go back. Look, that's the post there.
Oh, there's another post here.
Yeah, you see, I'm making this really hard for me in edit, because I've got to keep jumping this around. Anyway, so that's the post there. That's the camera one, anyway. I don't know what the other one is, actually. I'll try and stop it down there. I think it's just a post with a flag on it or something. So, I don't think it's just lights.
Oh, it's lights. Yeah, Sorry, I thought it was the camera.
So, up we go. And I think, for me, this is the most enjoyable part of the ride because I've got over the whole fear of acceleration and the rush it gives you. And now I'm just into silliness.
Yeah, well, I like this bit. Well, just a tiny bit further.
Just a tiny bit further.
That, because you can see that view.
And you can see pretty much the whole of, that's Nemesis down there, Nemesis Inferno, can't you?
Yeah, what's that one up there?
That's Colossus. Yeah, so you can see. You can see pretty much the whole part.
It's pretty as well, isn't it?
It is
on a nice day. It is pretty. It's pretty.
You're pretty. So, yeah, and I think by the time you get right over the edge and looking straight down...
That's where your belly goes. Well, my belly goes.
See, mine doesn't. It's just different places. That's weird, isn't it?
Maybe it's a male and female thing.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But then we get...
That's where my belly goes there.
No, I'm all over it by then. And then actually, the last little hill there gives you a nice little pop of airtime, doesn't it, actually? And
yeah, just a little pop of airtime.
It surprises me every time I go on it, actually.
But I think as well, it does slow down quite abruptly. And I find that quite...
Yeah, but where do we see where the brakes come in, actually? Because when do the brakes come in? See, I can't scrub this properly, and then when I try to skip back, it goes 10 seconds. The brakes actually come on. There, look.
Look, yeah.
The brakes are at the top of that little bunny hop thing. So I don't know whether or not, I have heard in the past that they can vary. And again, if you work at one of these places or you've worked on roller coasters like that before, let us know in the comments whether or not the brakes can be adjusted so they come on later or earlier.
Sooner. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know really.
Because I think here, this is a bit here where it just like that bit sometimes can be quite abrupt.
Yeah.
And I think when you've come down from the ride and you get to the end and you're all floopy still, and then you get wrenched back.
At this point, I don't know where my head's at. Right, really, honestly, I just wonder where all the last 30 seconds of my life has gone.
How many seconds? 30.
Well, we were discussing this the other day, weren't we? And we reckon, I don't know, it's probably about 13. So I reckon
you were doing quick maths, weren't you?
I was doing quick maths. Yeah.
and I
reckon
what?
It's about 13 seconds or so
from
of actual ride time from launch. So when the lights go green, and I did it to just after the bunny hop
hill
at the end. So what do you think? Let us know again in the comments. What do you think? What is the ride time of Stealth? We know it's very, very short, but what do you think? Where does it end? Yeah, as it were.
And do you count the ride time from when you sit down, or do you count the ride time from when you launch? I don't know.
I'm going to stick my neck out on that one, and I'm going to say launch.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely, because otherwise you're just sitting there anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just sitting there doing nothing. You're just waiting for...
Again, talking about seating on Stealth.
Well, it's got the Intamin old trains on it, and it's just... They're really crap.
Well,
aren't they?
They aren't the best.
The restraints... The restraints aren't brilliant.
The seats are quite cramped, aren't they?
And they are very cramped. And for me to get into that,
they're quite hard plasticky, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like very, yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit difficult, really. But actually getting onto the ride with if you've got a rat pass, you've got stairs to go up. I don't think you can go on it if you're wheelchair bound.
If you're not able-bodied.
Yeah, not able-bodied. Yeah. I've got a rat pass. And I find it's stairs, but they're quite shallow.
Yeah,
aren't they?
And there's only one small flight, isn't there?
And you don't have to go walking around. I mean,
yeah, you don't have to take
like you would on Swarm or something like that. Yeah. You don't have to. So you can go pretty much straight up
to the entrance,
unless it's really, really, really busy, and then it starts queuing outside the entrance as well.
Yeah,
because they use the same for the.
They use the same for the fast track as well. The same lane.
Yeah.
For fast track.
So.
And then also as well, when you're queuing on the ride in the regular queue, as you get up to the steps, one branches off to the right, and that's your front ride seat.
Yeah,
but they haven't. Yeah, but because it obviously with all this COVID business,
off to the left.
No, if you branch off to the right in the other.
Oh, in the queue,
in the ordinary queue. Yeah.
Right,
as you get to the stairs, you branch off to the right. That takes you to the front row seats.
Yeah, front row. Would you remember that time that we? Remember that time we went on the front row and it was raining?
Yeah, it was spitting a little bit.
Needles in your eyes.
But yeah, on the ride.
Yeah, needles in your face.
It did feel. It really did hurt.
Off like that.
Yeah, come off really discombobulated, didn't we? Like really sore face from it.
Yeah.
We were wondering actually at that point, because it was starting to rain a little bit heavier, whether or not they were going to allow the ride to go ahead, or whether or not they were going to close it, or.
Yeah.
Because obviously sometimes if it gets too wet, I think they do close them, don't they?
So, wind, I think, for Stealth because of the height. I'm not entirely sure. So, what do you think? Could it be improved? Of course, it can be improved. How can it be improved? Do you think? Seats.
And
new trains.
But
it should have lap bars.
Yeah, because being injured, but now not injured. That doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't matter.
So I've had a couple of broken arms, and they've been fixed with plates. So when the bars come down, they're actually quite tight. They actually press in on here on my arms.
Yeah.
And I do find that really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you struggle then because you're already uncomfortable to be floopy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what other, actually, I can't think off the top of my head what other restraints that Intermin have. Actually, I don't know really, but I'm pretty sure they do like a lap bar one. See, I don't know why
but I think it would be better if it was a lap bar.
When was it built? 2006. I'm pretty sure they were doing lap bars back then.
I don't know. Maybe it's a height thing. Maybe because it's over a certain height, it has to be down to health and safety and all that.
I don't know. I don't think so, because other like the accelerators have got lap bars, just as ours. Like Gerstlauer does those nice clamshell ones, don't they?
Yes.
Have you seen? I was talking to you about them the other day,
and
they
really
look quite nice. And we'll come on to saw later on, but that could do with clamshell. Well, really?
Yeah.
This is a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's still, the thing is, it's a good ride. It's still a really good ride.
You're talking about stealth now.
Yeah, stealth. Yeah. But there are lots of things that it could do with modernising it a little bit and
I think
stuff.
it's a bit
and I
ratty
appreciate
as well,
the thing is, it's all money, isn't it?
It's well, of course it is, but it's Merlin's a big flipping company. They could chuck a few quid at it, I think. But I think that the accelerator model in itself had quite a few problems at the start, and I think that actually stealth has done quite well. I've heard of other accelerators that have major downtime, so I think they do quite well with maintaining it. However, it is still quite rattly.
Look back there.
I'm going to edit that bit.
Oh, boring.
No, it is quite rattly.
Quite rattly, yeah, definitely.
Particularly if you're at the back.
Yeah.
So if you want a smoother ride on it, try and get to the front.
At the back, I've come off of that before with quite a headache at the back.
Yeah.
Where I have been
rattled. That's because we're old.
It might be because we're old. It might be not. It might. But I'm also not very tall, actually. So I'm only not quite 5'3". 5'2" and 3/4.
Yeah, you can't.
So I'm not particularly tall. Yeah, so I'm not particularly tall. So sometimes I find the restraints when they come down, you kind of whack your head on them a bit sometimes, because I've also got a really small head. So, like it's very tiny. I have to wear children's glasses.
Small head, big brain.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, shame you don't use it. Anywho.
Rude. Tit.
Anywho, is there anything else you'd like to say about that ride itself at Thorpe Park?
No. But obviously having a rat pass does affect how long you have to wait for the next ride, etc., etc.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of people that if you've got a rat pass, then you don't have to queue at any point or wait at any point. When you do, they give you a little book that they write down the time on. Sometimes they're nice about it, sometimes they're not, aren't they?
Yeah.
But in general, they're pretty generally over the whole day. It works out about the same, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. You don't get any more extra rides than you would do if you queued normally, because you have to wait.
We just about managed to get on everything at Thorpe Park in a busy visit.
Yeah.
Everything that we want to go on to anyway.
Yeah.
It's a major roller coaster anyway. So.
Yeah, we don't do any of the smaller stuff, do we? Like Dodgers or anything.
Apart from no, nothing like the.
Oh, we don't do the water rides either.
No.
Shall I tell you why? Because I don't like getting wet.
Obviously, we don't like getting wet.
Yeah, it's because we're old. Once you're wet through.
Do you know what? We've based this whole thing on being
old. We're not old.
We're not that old.
No, but
we're not like.
I know, but if you're wearing jeans to a theme park because you're comfortable, and then you've got to drive home, and then you go on a water ride and you get wet, and then you have to, or you can stand in one of those hairdryer things. I think it's much more fun when you're younger.
Yeah, or you could just get changed.
Yeah,
you have to do that in the car park. And when you get, you don't want to get changed in the car park.
Yeah, I think when you're younger, the water rides and you want to get wet, and it's you have a bit of a laugh to see who can get the wettest and all the rest of it. It's probably quite good fun, but I don't find soaking wet on a
I-
ride
yeah.
much fun these days.
No, I remember going as a younger person and going on the water rides and thinking, it was a lot more fun. Yeah. Because, I
The log
don't really
flumes
think
were
about
always
it.
rides like that, weren't
Yeah,
they?
you don't really think
And
about it.
and
do you?
these and rides like from when you were, I guess you kind of hit an age where these rides really become where you're tall enough to go on them. But they're quite a big thing, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, massive.
So-
Massive. I mean, I was in my 30s when I started going on them properly. Well, mainly,
hope for your boy yet.
Well, mainly because when we were young, the only big ride that anybody was talking about in primary school or even the beginning of secondary school was the corkscrew at Alton Towers.
Yeah, that was a big ride, wasn't it?
And it was massive at the time,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was,
Oh,
wasn't
it goes
it? Yeah.
upside down. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It goes upside down. I was like, no way. And I always wanted to go there, but my parents would never take me there because we never
I
had any
see.
money.
Oh, my parents did take us to places like that. We did have like quite a lot of days out at theme parks and stuff. So I will say I'm quite lucky. I'm where, there were rides that are now not rides I used to go on. I miss, certain rides.
I miss the corkscrew, actually. I went on it for the first time about a year before it went away.
Went away.
Disappear in a cloud of smoke before they took it down.
Ah, there's a piece of that somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, it's at the entrance of
Alton Towers.
Alton Towers. Yeah, they painted it blue. It used to be yellow, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, when it first was put up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it.
Well, have you finished your coffee?
I have finished my coffee.
I haven't, not quite yet.
All right. Carry on then.
Well, I have finished everything I've got to say about the ride. But I will say, with the disabled access again, I am plugging this because it is quite a big thing, isn't it?
I think that's what.
It is also where you only have to go up and queue literally to go up the steps. You don't have to go all round all the barriers. It is actually one of the better rides to queue out.
I was going to say, right, a question, right? Is it worth the wait?
Oh, yeah, definitely. For me.
Is it worth half-hour wait?
Yeah.
Is it worth an hour wait?
No.
Really?
Only because I prefer other coasters and I'd rather go on other coasters twice than wait longer at Stealth. But I know you're different on that one, aren't you?
Well, I don't know. Depends on the day, I think. I think one day I really, really want to go on it, and then another day I can take it or leave it. I
think it also depends on the weather, doesn't it?
Oh, very much.
If it's a very
so.
windy day, I'd probably pass.
Very much so. Very much so. I think that.
Yeah, so
that was
Stealth
at Thorpe Park. Those are
a few
our
facts,
thoughts about
bit of our thoughts.
About it. There are our thoughts about it. So, what do you think? If you've
Anybody
got
work there?
Yeah. If you've got any
Anything
to
snoring in the background.
Just before we go, just want to say a massive shout out and thanks to Screwy Loops. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much for your kind words and letting me use some of your footage, which I will do. Probably, maybe not in this one, but I may do in another one. I'll put a link up to his channel. And what was the other thing I was going to put up earlier on? What was I going to say? I don't know. There might be some links to other stuff.
We might add something.
Yeah, I might add something in the description. I'll throw some stuff up here. I can never quite tell which way to point when I do that.
Is that because you don't know which way your eye's looking?
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, right. And on that note, thanks very much, Leah.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next time. Thanks very much.